Alright, you beautiful peoples of the internet, Glyn here, cheapskate fishing, and the first time of the year 2021 I'm out in the kayak. I'm going to do something a little bit different because I've done one where I've gone out to sea, and I've done one where I've done the marsh, which is just to my right here and just in front of me. I'm actually going to, because I'm on an estuary, I'm going to go up the river, probably, I'm not sure, a mile or 2 miles up the river. One, it's going to be a lot cooler, and two, I've only ever fished it once before. I did have a couple of bass when I fished it once before, nothing major in size, but I know that there was a couple of nice bass caught there. I think it was last week or week before. So, and also I've been doing a lot of spinning on the shore. There haven't been many videos because I haven't caught very many fish, so that's how that is. So I thought, well, and also I've talked to some of the boat guys and they're saying there's not much out at sea, so if they're not out at sea and they're not in the estuary, maybe they've gone up the river, or maybe they're not here at all. That's what we're going to find out today. So that's where I'm making my way now. So just gone over one of the sandbanks. Tides probably just started to flood in the last hour and a half. So when I get into the middle of the river here, you can see the difference in the speed in the water there. And that's going to turn me, so I'm just going to let the tide do the work in a minute and just actually stop paddling and just float on up. And I'm fishing, got some nice lugworm here today. I'll just open this up and show you. I'm in the river now, so I'm going the right direction. I pumped some lug last night, about half an hour pumping some lug, so there's a good load of lug there. They've been in the fridge overnight, and that reminds me it's keeping cool by just putting a wet rag over the top here and keeping them out of the sun. Try and keep them as cool as we can. Right. I've got one rod ready to set up to start fishing, but I'm going to have to change the hooks and probably the leaders on a couple of the other ones, or the snuds on a couple of the other lines, because they've been on the rod all winter in the garage. Well, it's not even the garage, it's lean-to, so they've been exposed to winter and the elements. So I did test one of the knots earlier and one snapped, so that's the one I changed. So I'm ready to fish one, and while I'm fishing one I'll sort the other ones out, because I've got my bag with all my bits and bobs behind me. So right, so I anchored up by here for a little bit while I sorted out my rigs. So I've got two brand new rigs on. I've done one with floating beads, one with orange beads and one with green beads. The green and orange beads aren't floating. I did put two little baits out. I was getting little taps and knocks. I'm thinking it might have been mullet sucking in. There was a few bites, but nothing major. So we're just going to let the river take us up now. Plenty of time for the tide. Tide isn't in for another full tide in 2 o'clock, 3 hours. So I'll have a good couple of hours up there fishing, at least 3 hours, probably about 4. So anyway, we're just going to make this nice little journey. Maybe I'll do one of those little fast forward things. Let me just pull the camera down a bit. So trying something slightly different and just drifting. I'm not holding anchor, I'm just letting the current slowly take me up, and I've got 2 baits out and I'm just drifting slowly up the river. First little schoolie. Let's have a little look and hopefully we get a bigger one. Not much of a bite on him. Hooked in the side of the mouth. There he goes, he's clicked out. Thank you, I'll have my worm back. Oh, not much, I'm only about 7 inches, 8 inches. Let's get him back. Straight down. Yeah, I'll have a bit of worm to go with it. Alright, that's good. Well, at least we didn't blank. I have been using a bit of the lure fishing as well, but let's see if we can find something a little bit bigger. Right, I've come back down river. The tide's turned. It's not moving out very fast. I'm sort of on a the tide's just on the twist on the turn now. So I'm just fishing the top of the marsh. If I just turn the camera slightly. So here's the marsh. I'm just fishing the tip of it. I could go down there and fish more into the marsh, but I thought I'll throw a couple of the baits. So I've got 3 baits out now. I'm fishing all 3 rods. Got loads of bait left, and I've got a hell of a burn in my knee. Forgot. I did put suntan lotion on, but I must have forgot to do my knees, and I'll be suffering from that. See if you can see him, Cyril the seal. He's looking right at me. It's quite close. You can almost hear him. Turn it down. Psh, 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 psh. Oh, 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 oh. He's just weird, he's just floating with the tide. He's coming quite close, he's just like backstroking all the way out to sea, slowly. Oh, it's very unusual behaviour. Normally they duck and dive, but unless he's sleeping. Hope he ain't been hit by a boat or something. You're not going to be able to see him now, he's disappearing into the sun. Anyway, I'm just on a little drift here. Drifting 2 baits out, one with floating beads, one with sinking beads. I'm just basically, I'm doing what he's doing, floating home. I'm about halfway there now between marsh and here. No point rushing, I'm not in a hurry. He's looked at me now. There he goes, his head's gone down. He suddenly realised I was here. I was just about to come in. I'm not far from where I'd launch and land. I've got something on you, I'm not sure yet. A few head shakes. I'm guessing it's a little bass. I don't think it's anything too big. Ooh, ooh, it's coming. A little splash there. Yeah, definitely a bass if it's splashing out of the water. Oh, oh, give me. Oh, Jesus, nearly pulled the rod out my hand. How big is it then? Oh, that's a fair old size. Oh, we'll have to give it a measure. There he is. Get my old tape measure out here. What we got? 150. You think he's under legal size. Oh, he's not. Alright, go to the end of the tape measure, mate. It's literally on the limit, so he'll be going back. Let me just give him a proper measure because he's not straight. Head to tail, he is. Now I like to take at 45. He is actually just on the limit, 42. But I'm not taking him. No, I'll take it 45. All right, buddy. I'll get you back in a minute. He's pulled himself. He's gone back in the water, but he's still on the hook. Come back here. Come on. I'm going to take you off the hook first. He's gone for the green. He's actually nearly unhooked himself. Right. He hooked himself through his what looks like the tongue, doesn't it? It's quite tricky. Let me get my pliers. A bit rough for you, mate. Lovely. Oh, I'll throw another worm out. It's on the better weight, this one is. I'm going to have to put a heavier weight on my other rod. I'd literally just pulled the other rod in to go home, and then all of a sudden this started bouncing.